What is up, everyone? It's been a while since we have made one of our videos, but we hope the wait is worth it because this one's going to be hopefully a lot more helpful than most of them. So if you've been following along on social media, you know that we have been desperately trying to find a way to make it easy for you guys to track whether your items have been delayed on pre-order, especially with all the stuff going on with the pandemic and all the continuing supply line interruptions. It's really hard to keep track of that. It's really hard to notify everyone. We are talking thousands of items that have been delayed over the course of the past 12 months, and even though distributors are catching up, we still have about 700 that were supposed to be here by now and they aren't. So we've been working really hard to bring this to you, and I'm just going to walk you through real quick the easy way that you will now be able to check yourself for the latest and most up-to-date information that we have at our disposal, because we know it's really annoying for you guys to have to wonder and then email us, and then we look it up and then we get back to you, and a lot of times even the answers are just kind of like, we don't know. So we want to make sure we can eliminate all that and have you guys be able to check at your convenience, at your leisure. Just open this up anytime and see what's going on with your pre-orders. So you can see going on right here, we got the README. If you have any questions about what's going on here, we line up the best way to look for the items, what each item status could possibly mean, what we mean by everything that we notate. There's a little bit going on here. We don't need to get into all of it, but basically we want to break it down into items that haven't been released but are still on schedule, items that have been released but they were delayed by the manufacturer, items that haven't been released but they were delayed by the manufacturer, items that have been released but are just delayed by the distributor, and kind of break it down so that you guys can see very clearly whether the item's out in Japan, whether it's reached North American distribution, when we can kind of expect to get it. So we have all that information right here on the README. You can familiarize yourself with it. It's pretty straightforward, but we do go pretty in depth because we want to make it a one-stop resource for you guys. So check the README before you do anything else. Great. So anytime you place an order on our website, you get an order confirmation email. I have one open here. I've blocked out all the personal information, but as you can see, I've ordered the 2B DX statue because I'm a man of culture. So you go here, you can see that there's every order confirmation email will have the item name and the item JAN code. It's the SKU number, the UPC, different places call it different things, but it's generally a 12-digit number that retailers will use to signify like the exact item. There's no confusion there. Now sometimes this number does change, but 98% of the time this number stays the same throughout the entire order process. So you'll go into your order, copy the numeric portion, just copy that over, then you go to the sheet you should check. So this is a massive nightmare that we have painstakingly compiled over the course of the last 2 or so months with every single figure pre-order and model kit pre-orders that have established release dates. Obviously this is a working title, we're going to fix that. But you come in here, we have the names, we have the JAN code, we have the last date that it was updated so you can see when we have put this information in the sheet. We have the latest manufacturer date, the latest date that our distributor has given us, which you can see this is kind of funny. They all still say February, even though it's May right now. So good job, everyone. And then when we expect to get it. So that's the column breakdown. So you can just Control F, paste it right up here at the top, and boom, it takes you right to your item. So you can see here, because this is November 2021, so we're still 6 months out. We are not going to update things that far out because it's generally a waste of time. We'll start updating things about a month, 2 months prior, unless we get a special notification about a specific item that says, hey, this one just got released. In that case, we will do that. So you can see it tells you the name, the SKU. It doesn't have a status yet because it's so far down the list, but it does have a tentative release date. This is the manufacturer release date, and then it does have the date that our distributor expects to get it. Now, we're probably not even going to fill this out until we get a better idea of how our distributors are going to be operating at that time, because currently we're kind of giving it about a 3-month lead time from the Japan release just based on how slow the distributors have been. So you'll see, for example, let's just pick one randomly, this Reverse Strike model kit. So this came out April 19th. Our distributor told us May. We are still expecting it late May because the distributor for Kotobukiya is operating at about a 4 to 6 week time from the Japan release. But you may notice some other things like these SPM figures. It released April 27th. Our distributor told us May. We don't believe that. So we say that we're expecting this mid-July. We want to give this last column, we want to be a completely realistic expectation of when you can expect to receive that in hand based on all the information we have. Again, it is still just an estimate, and you can see our distributors are being extremely optimistic, saying that we're going to get this figure that came out in Japan on April 27th in May. I don't believe that, so we're going to say July is the most realistic expectation. A lot of times you will still see these dates on the site because we try and keep alignment with what our distributors are telling with us to eliminate confusion in the market. This is also something that we mention in our FAQ because there are some date discrepancies, but we're just trying to make it so that, like, you know that this is the same item that you're seeing anywhere else in the industry, because figures get reissued so much that, you know, if we put July and everywhere else says April, you might think, well, is this a reissue? Is this a color variation? Something like that. So more often than not, latest distributor release date is going to be the release date that you see on our website. So hopefully this sheet will clarify some of that and give you guys a better look at what's going on. Again, we will update this. We'll try and do weekly. We'll do it literally as much as possible. It's very time consuming because we have to manually hunt down every single one of these release dates ourselves. So we ask a little bit of patience if you're seeing that things haven't been updated for a little bit, but we have completely gotten comprehensive information for everything that our distributor told us to expect up till May. That's for figures. Model kits, we don't add to this sheet until we get an official Japanese release date, which is usually the 1st of the month. So on the 1st of May, you'll see all the May items pop up for Bandai Hobby, for example, and when we expect them. And then June, you'll see the same thing happen. Bandai Hobby, Kotobukiya, the big model kit producers, will be doing that on the 1st of every month. So you'll see that kind of update only once a month, whereas the rest of it we're going to try and do a week. So again, hopefully this helps you guys a lot. You can see everything you want to see. Check the FAQ, check the special item statuses, check the README. You know, just hopefully this solves a lot of problems. And if it doesn't, we're sorry, because we tried really unbelievably hard. So anyway, thanks for checking this out. There will be a link to this actual sheet in the description. So take a look there, and we will see you guys around.